Okay. I hope it sounds better now. I have an idea what happened. I have an idea. Most likely, I know what. Nobody here. So let's see. Somebody else on the other stream. Let's see that actually. Hello. It is a little, it seems to, yeah, what's going on, YouTube? So I have an idea what happened. I mean, if audio is okay, then it's kind of better than nothing, I guess. Why is it so slow? So I have an idea what happened. Probably this one was connected and YouTube used the audio of this one instead of the USB input, unfortunately. So still super laggy, yeah. Sound is fine, but camera is lagging. So camera looks fine, but here it doesn't. I mean, we could try it another time, one more time, but yeah, maybe not. Also, let me change that something. White balancing. Oop. Yeah, so it's lagging a little bit, the video. I don't know why. But I say, let's keep it like that because we can talk. So that's good. Yeah. Oh, I know why. Here we go. This might be better. No, just the format is nicer. Okay, well, so much for that. That didn't work so well either, but better than before. So it's a good start. So my plan now is to have this live stream on for the next 45 minutes. And then once it's over, it will redirect you to the premiere of the new video. And then we can watch it together. Essentially continue the conversation there in the chat. That's my plan. So now we can have 45 minutes together. So if you have any questions, or to me or my wife, who is sitting over there reading Demon Slayer, let me know. And also today, I feel like my dinner was not enough, so I brought fantastic German bread, which I would never buy if it was Germany. But here, it's not Germany, so it's better than nothing. And I have brie cheese. Yeah. Rimi Senpai was waiting for that video. Excellent, excellent. Yeah, so it took me, so it says a day in my life, but it actually took me 2 days to shoot because, you know, in my usual life, I don't have a camera with me. Now, to quickly reiterate for the new people and to the people that will watch the live stream later, my wife is sitting over there, and because we had a too high electricity bill last month, almost around $250. So we said, okay, because we have spaced heating in Japan usually, or at least where we are, and we said, okay, we can cut out one room if she comes to this room. And she does sewing, so then she's sitting over there and doing that. And since she's here in this room, I thought, okay, let's bring her in front of the... Yeah, you won't. I thought, let's bring her in front of the camera, but she says no, and that's that. So she's over there, you need to trust me. And she reads, 奥さん、なんか言って。なんか奥さん本当にいるかどうか。Hi. Did you hear that? She's there. Proof. Maybe not. Anyway, so she's here. If you have questions to me, to her, want to say anything, except for she should come in front of the camera. Yeah, maybe. Do you want to, みーちゃんちょっと手を見せる？こう。なんで？さあ。Which way? Yeah, that's that. Do you see? The ruler, she's waving. John has to go. Already midnight. Oh yeah, beauty sleep, excellent sleep. What annoyed her most about her German husband in the beginning? In the beginning, I think it's the other way around. In the beginning, probably it's all like honeymoon phase, and then step by step, she discovers all the things. みーちゃん、ヨコの一番めんどくさいところは、何でしょう？始めたとき。
何が始めたとき？
多分付き合いを始めたとき。
一番めんどくさい。わかんないな。
She says she doesn't know, so probably nothing. Probably
ない
nothing.
ね。
No.
いっぱいあるからわかんない。
Is it? Okay, there's too much to choose. That's why she can't say. She's also just kind of trying to avoid it. A random floating ruler. Yes, exactly. Good morning, Daniel Panic. Good to have you here. You already see you have a little bit of an issue with the video today. It's a little laggy for some reason. Dreamy Senpai likes how I'm shy when wife is around. Mr. Perfect, exactly. No, it's the other way around. So it's there's so much that there's like oh. みーちゃん建前いらないって大丈夫だよって。
何が一番って。わかんないな。
完璧なもん知ってた。She's just confirming that I'm indeed perfect. Nothing.
めんどくさい？
イライラし。
車で音楽聴けないとか。
See, that's current. That's not in the beginning, but I don't like listening to music when driving. So she doesn't like that. Except when I drive at night, then I do that because not to fall asleep. Sing a song with your wife, says Dreamy Senpai. No, but in the upcoming video, in 40 minutes, I will sing. You will hear me sing for like 5 seconds or so in the shower. Boring. Yeah, sorry. Kyusutrea, good evening. Oh, good to have you here. Is Andy already finished? Do you listen to podcasts? I know. I have been trying to find some good Japanese podcasts for learning and immersing essentially, but I didn't really 奥さんの好きな音楽は But I didn't really find anything that I would stick to. And then I listened to the Abroad in Japan podcast like 3 times so far. It's kind of entertaining, but still like because for me, if I hear something like a podcast, I need to give some amount of energy to it in order to follow along. And then this means I can't do work. Essentially, or I can't really do work where I need to focus, which is usually the case. So I tend to not listen to podcasts. 好きな音楽って。
今はスノーマン?
Now she likes Snowman. That's a boy group here. Need to get back to work, 2 p.m. here. Have a great day. You too, Stan. You too. Did she adapt any German habits she didn't have before? I don't know. Did she? Some words, at least. Some words, kind of. So, for example, the grandma here is not called like Obasan or something. She's called Oma, which is German for grandma. Or grams or something. So that's like kind of what we use in here. Even our kids now use it, and our kids don't know it's not Japanese. So interestingly, and also other things like blanket is deke. In Japanese, you would maybe say kakebuton or morph. but Decke is easy, kind of easier. And then another word is doch. So if somebody says something negative, then you can invert that by saying doch. So I say no, she says doch, and it's yes. Yes, it should be something like that. And she loves that. That's not a habit, but that's a language habit. I usually have earphones on and listen to podcasts at home while doing chores and things like that. Oh yeah, that's maybe good. Yeah, in that case, usually then I have like either Netflix on or YouTube. Tendency to Netflix, because YouTube I find a video, I watch it, it's over after 10 minutes, and then I have to search again. So that's why Netflix takes like it's a longer time commitment. Finally caught the stream. Hello from Czechia. Oh, hey, yet another one. So just before Satan Stan was leaving, he's also from Czechia, if I remember correctly. Have introduced some typical German food to your wife? Yeah, of course. Typical German, I mean, Schnitzel, for example, is actually from Vienna. At least the name says that, so it's not German, but it's very popular in Germany, and I like it. And I think she likes it also if it's good. And I make it sometimes here. And then, but I don't think, if I would ask, she wouldn't say too many good things about German cuisine. Michan, doitsno skina gohan wa? Hamburger. She likes hamburger. The good old German hamburger, classic. Do you think Japan will maintain a different work-life balance after the pandemic? It seems like people work less overtime. I'm not sure, actually. So I hear some companies have actually the opposite. So I know, for example, there's a company called Indeed, which is a job search platform. It's actually from America, but the parent company is Japan, and they have a rather big office in Tokyo. And there the policy is no overwork. But now, because people don't have to commute and so on, and they essentially, it doesn't make sense for them to take days off, they also don't take them. So actually they work more now. And so that's there. And then so my personal work-life balance is nice, usually for the most part. And I don't have to commute. That's even better, so I can sleep more. So for me, it's good. How it will be after the pandemic? I guess better than before, but not as good as it is now. I also don't know what my company, for example, is planning to do or going to do. Mettbrötchen, yes. Yeah, I think I never ate that in my life. But neither did my wife, I guess. And Schnitzel is delicious indeed. What's your favorite thing about your husband? Ask this to your wife. Danna no ichiban suki na tokoro wa? He's kind, I'm kind, and have a not white heart, but maybe you get it from that, white, kind heart or something like that. White, yeah, something like that. Well, that's what she's saying. Yeah, so as always, there's something positive to people and something negative. Really sad we have these issues today. I hope next time it will be more like as expected. By the way, has any one of you read or seen Kimetsu no Yaiba, Demon Slayer? Because I haven't yet, so my wife is reading it now. I think she started yesterday or the day before yesterday. It's already at volume 19. No, 21. 21 out of 23. So she's so fast. And I would probably take a month to finish one. I don't know, actually. Because, yeah, I guess there's a lot of demon slaying related vocabulary I don't know and would have to look up and so on. But she says it's super entertaining and fun, so probably I will read it as well. but it will take much longer. I'm eating German black bread, which I found in a supermarket here. That's what I ripped off. And usually I wouldn't buy that. It's organic. Found in the supermarket. I wouldn't buy that if I was in Germany, but I'm not, so I buy that. And brie cheese, French cheese. Wait, here's the brie. Yeah, excellent. Time for work again. Okay, Stefan, take care. Back to class, Demiran. You also have a great one. Read and seen it. Oh, excellent. Yeah, I think she also saw the Netflix stuff, but not in the movie because of Corona. And yeah, she also loved it. I think she started with Netflix, and that's why she wanted the manga the complete series of the manga for Christmas. And that's so she's right now consuming my Christmas present. I don't really watch anime anymore. I will sometimes watch J-drama. I also watched it sometimes. Like if there's a holiday or so and I have time, then we sit down together, watch TV and see that. Waiting for Kimetsu no Yaiba movie to be released in my country. I see. Yeah, I mean, I hope maybe we could see it if we went like in the morning or so when there are not so many people, because generally there are not so many people in Nagano compared to Tokyo and so on. Waiting for already read that. Black bread gives me hiccups. Yeah, I can see that. Have some jam with it. We don't have jam in the house, I think. And if so, then there might be sugar inside, so I don't eat it. Oh my. じゃあ、ちょっと出る？背中見せみろ。You hear that my daughter's crying, son. Now my wife is leaving. She's concerned about how she doesn't look good or the style is not. Yeah, done it. That's that. So, ladies and gentlemen, my wife. I have some manga in Japanese, a few random things with furigana over the kanji. Yeah, this one also has furigana. So I think it's pretty standard for most things. Except if it's like really adult, like targeting adults, I think. She's gone. Yeah, so now we can switch back to 100% English. Yeah, so all in all, today's live stream didn't go so well. So first, she doesn't show up. She doesn't show her face. Second, the audio doesn't work properly. Third, the camera works like this. But the first one, the camera was okay, right? So I'm wondering, probably still have to unplug and plug in again. But when I unplugged the camera and plugged it in again in the previous stream, it just was black. So I don't do that now. But if you have a couple of questions or anything you would like to talk about, please shoot. Let me know. You're not cutting your hair this time. Yeah, not yet. It's about time. Probably I do the sides next. Oh, Daniel. Always. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Get new gear. Yeah. Good, great point. Fantastic. But I think I probably need a couple of more $5 donations before I get the gear. Thank you so much, though. I will cut my hair, probably the sides first, and it looks like kind of okay. And then if the top gets too long, everything again or something, or I will finally be able to go to a barbershop. But now, since we moved, I need to find a new one that's good. Yeah. Okay. Recently tried playing old SNES, Super Nintendo game in Japan in Japanese for learning. I mostly leads me to trying to out what the kanji mean. Oh, that's nice. And that's fulfilling the purpose. Great. Yeah. Thank. Can people tell you are a foreigner with a mask on? Yeah. Sure. I remember once. It was maybe April, May or so. My older one and I were in a park, and there's like a viewing platform, and we went up, and there were two kids, and they had a mask on. And then one kid said, "Oh, there's a foreigner," in Japanese, to the friend. And then I told to my son in Japanese, look, you can look like way over there. You can even see the mountains in Japanese. And then they're like, "Oh no, he's Japanese." Like, yes. I tricked them. But yeah, they can tell you, of course. One, because they still see probably this, the nose a little longer, and they also see the eyes and the color of the hair and all that. Gaijin desu, yeah, gaijin da, or something like that. Or gaikokujin, maybe. I think they said gaikokujin, more proper. And that was like my biggest success when it comes to Japanese. Because usually, probably, if I would just say one sentence to you in English, you could tell I'm not a native English speaker, right? If you are a native English speaker. And it's the same for Japan, any language essentially. So them thinking I was not a foreigner, that was pretty great. Another time we went to, also in Nagano, also last year, to, what is that, optician? Glasses store, spectacle store, spectacularist, and left. And then I just said something simple like thank you or something. And like a couple of kids went by and they're like, yeah, it's so cool if a foreigner can speak Japanese. I didn't even hear it, but my wife told me. It was also fun. It also made me super happy. You're not a native Japanese speaker? No, I'm not. Can you believe it? Yeah. Now you take back your $5. All lies. I was walking through Tokyo with my brother and heard 3 salarymen say gaijin as we walked by. We didn't know if they were talking to us. Yeah, probably not. Probably about you. Maybe about you. Maybe not even. Who knows? I mean, so think about it this way. If you saw somebody that seems to be not from your country, would you say, "Hey, foreigner"? maybe you would say, "Hey, you," or something, right? For how long you've been in Japan now? 4.5 years. So I came here in July 2016. I have class now, so I have to go. I might skip it though. Jimmy's Empire. Okay. Yeah. I mean, go to class, learn things. It will do you well, hopefully. You too. Take care. Yeah, later. Yeah, it's great that people start to recognize themselves in the chat. That's so nice. And 18 people here. That's also a good number. Hey, Just Crazy. Good to have you here. So today's live stream will not be so long. I mentioned it before. So in about 23 minutes, I will stop it and then it will redirect to a new video that will premiere just then. And then we can continue chatting on the video and watch it together. So that's a new feature from YouTube and I hope it works. But it should redirect you. And hey, Just Crazy. So my wife already left the room, unfortunately. And but she also didn't really want to be in front of the camera. But you can just have a normal conversation as we usually do in these live streams. Remember me, I was asking a lot of questions in IT and Q&A. I see. Yume no Ai. It's a premiere. Yes, it's a premiere. So questions on IT and QA? Excellent. So I have another QA coming up, and there are a lot of questions about work and so on. And I will probably separate it into 2 videos, actually. So one will be because one of my patrons asked a lot of questions about how I make videos and so on in the process. So I might focus on that completely in one video and then cover the rest in another video. So and that will be then more focused on probably more than half of it will be about working in Japan, IT job in Japan, and all that. Coming to Kobe in October 2021. Okay, that could work out. I hope your dream will come true. I don't know any projections right now as of vaccination and so on in Japan. I think they want to finish elderly people. When was that? I forgot. But I essentially want to start with like nurses and so on and elderly people. That's what I know. And starting this month. But I don't know the status and I don't know the projections. But I hope that by October everything will be kind of under control and you can come here and enjoy Kobe safely. Also, if you're not vegetarian, then you should eat Kobe beef. So I had it only once. Some of you may remember. So I made 3 videos where a friend and I set out to find the best beef in Japan, and we went to 3 different cities and ate 3 different kinds of Wagyu, and the first one and the best one was Kobe beef. So at least for us it was the best. It might not be the best in total, but among these 3 we tried. We found this one to be the best. It was excellent. If you want to, the restaurant is linked in the description of the video, so if you want to search it, then it's there. Super nice. So the chef was pretty easy to connect to for me, because he also did Aikido, turned out, but had to stop because of knee issues or something, and even got his black belt. So not a beginner anymore, not a total beginner anymore. And his mom was also cooking there. She's like 90. Back then she was 90, so if she's still alive, then she would be 93 now. And she took care of the garlic fried rice. Super nice. So it was fun. If Japan hosts Olympics in July, August, things will get back to normal, I guess. I hope so. I mean, there are some if. So, and so it might have some restrictions, like actually only foreign athletes, but not for foreign audience. So we can't really say. Do you have a gimbal? What kind of? If so, what kind of? I have a Weebill S, Ronin Weebill S, and I also have like a Smooth Q or something for the phone, but I used it only once or so. This one I bought like 4 years ago for the phone, and then the one for the big camera I bought in summer last year, and I like it. It has the underslung mode essentially, so you can grab it from below or from the side so that the camera is low, and then it's much easier to hold. Let me get it actually. Wait a second. Let me show it to you. Just a second. All right. So this is the gimbal. Scion Weebill S. It's not Ronin. Is it Ronin? So, and you have this. So you can hold it like this, or you can detach this, put it here, and then hold it like this, for example. So if you want to get low, like film somebody walking or so, and then going up or something, or even if you just need a little more grip, that's super nice. And if you transport it, it's also nice to just have it by your side. So I like it. It's also can be quite compact, like this size is pretty next to my head like this. Pretty nice. Haven't used it a lot though. In the last video, the snowy one, I used it for a couple of shots. So I think the introduction shot where Victor, the other guy, is walking, and then I had this one on a tripod and then moved it up to above him. That was shot on the gimbal. Is it heavy? It's not super heavy, but it's still a gimbal. And then you have the camera on top. So, of course, if you do like this, that's not going to last long. And if you keep it in like this, you can do it a couple of hours, maybe, if you have some practice. And then because you have this one here, it gets even easier. I think they might not accept any foreigners to the audience in the Olympics. Yes, I heard so too, unfortunately, but better to be safe than sorry. I bought a Scion Smooth 4 just last night. Oh, I hope you like it. So this one is not heavy, if that's the question. And the Scion Smooth Q or whatever that is, maybe. I don't think it's heavy at all. I mean, compared to this one. But of course, like, the thing is, when I use my phone, I use it because I don't have any other camera. And if I would bring a gimbal for the phone, then instead I would rather bring another camera. So that's why I don't use the phone gimbal. You may know about mine. Okay, yeah, it's kind of okay. I had like one of the super like high profile. So what was that? I forgot the name, but it's like a bigger one, and it was so heavy. The gimbal alone, like how is this feasible? You need like a whole, suit and thing that actually holds the gimbal again, just to make this like work for a couple of hours for a complete shoot or so. So yeah, I got this one. I researched a lot, and everybody I guess this was kind of the newest also when I bought it. Now there are newer ones, obviously, with like carbon fiber and so on. But I think it's about maybe a kilo or so. I have an action camera, like a GoPro, and then a Pixel 3. Figured I could try a gimbal. Yeah, I mean, yeah. Also have an action camera, but an Osmo Action, not a GoPro. And I used the action camera in a couple of shots, maybe 10 or so, for the video that will be out in 15 minutes. And also for the behind the scenes, which is available on Patreon. Thing with the gimbal is, for the phone, often, I think probably most phone apps, phone camera apps, if you focus on something, then it adjusts not only the focus, but also the exposure and so on. So you have to actually lock that on the gimbal, and then you do your movement and so on, right? And that's something I didn't realize in the beginning. And something you might do more automatically with the camera, I guess. Or the camera might be even better. If you want to have it automatic, then the DSLR might be better. I was thinking about getting a bit into photography, but I think for now I would rather get a beginner camera first, trying to figure out which one though. Yeah, probably. I feel like, so I also started with this. Do you see that camera? I point to it a lot, actually. This one here. That's correct. Here. This camera. That's a Canon 700, Canon EOS 700D or T5i in other countries. And this is like super beginner. This is 8 years, was released 8 years ago. But it's kind of okay. I mean, if you want to get into it and understand the basics of what you need to do to get a certain look and so on, it's a great camera. And for pictures, you don't need things like in-body image stabilization and so on as much as you do for video. And this is completely fine. I still like the pictures it produces. Canon colors are usually kind of nice. So it might be kind of in this range. I think back then, including lens, it was maybe 700 euros or so. So not super pricey compared to what you could invest. But yeah, I would also say start slow, and then if you reach the limit of the hardware, then you level up. That's what I did anyway. You seem pretty interested in cameras and stuff. I am. Is it an interest you gained from YouTube? Absolutely. Or did you have it before? No. So I bought the camera kind of, I Googled like best beginner DSLR or something like that. So I had no idea essentially. Yeah, it turned out to also be kind of okay-ish for video, and that's how I then started YouTube a couple of months later. So I bought this when I knew I would get a baby, I knew I would marry, I knew I would move to Japan, so I thought, okay, now let's get a proper camera. I also bought a microphone then, a very, let's say, low-budget microphone, but kind of okay, and I had it until last year. Then it broke. And yeah, I had to find out the hard way that you need to get the microphone close to have like proper audio, even no matter how good it is. I recently bought the Lumix GX85, pretty compact with pancake lens, stabilized, fairly cheap and very compact for traveling. Only negative is a bit heavier. It's a bit heavier. Oh, I see. Yeah, I have the GH5, maybe Big Brother or so. But the GX85, I think, is also pretty nice. As you said, stabilization is great. I think it might be lighter than the GH5 even. And yeah, pancake lens, super nice. So pancake lenses are essentially very thin lenses. I looked into EOS M100 or EOS 200D, but it turned out they're a bit tricky to find for a good price. Oh, I see. I didn't know that. I think they have them, 2000D, sorry. They probably have them here too. I don't exactly know. Google. EOS M. What's it? EOS M100. So there's one used body only for about $260. That's what the price you can get here. Then you need a lens and stuff and a SD card and all that. So maybe, I don't know, 400 or more. I, by the way, also purchased most of my lenses actually used. Because the body, I feel like, could be not so great, but lens, yeah, what should happen? I mean, if it's on Amazon, for example, listed as new or something, and then it has scratches or so, then I send it back. But so far it was okay every time. As new, essentially. Maybe the box is not there. Ranker 1223 will have huge muscles soon with a heavy camera. Not that heavy. No Aminox and Madman today. Hope they're fine too. And you're back, Dreamy Senpai. That was a quick session. Nikon or Canon or Sony? Nikon or Canon and Sony? Depends on the purpose, I guess. I think Nikon usually better for photos than videos. Canon, kind of both good. And Sony, I mean, if you really want to get into video, then you should. I now, if I had a lot of money, would probably get the A7S III, which is maybe 3,500 or so the body in Japan. And then 1, 2, 3 lenses, then you have another 3,500, and you need like better, like very fast SD cards, which might be around maybe 300 for one. Get 2, 3 of that, and it's already like close to $10,000 pretty quick. So I need a lot more. So you have the $5 Daniel Panic gave, and then there's the 9,995 left. But also, actually, this camera body, the GH5, I bought used. So I bought it in 2019, August or so, and for €1,000, like maybe $1,100 or so. And back then there was a good price. I think in Japan you would get it for 1,500-ish or so. So it was okay. And it's still to this date, the specs are pretty nice. And they do like 4K 60, 8-bit, 4K up to 30 frames per second, 10-bit, and So it's pretty capable. I was looking at the M102, but the issue with APS-C compact is that it overheat when shooting video. Yeah, overheating. But do you want to, hi Tani, do you want to shoot video at all or just photos? Then it might be fine. I was also looking for as new items for lenses. Yeah. I believe you are the one who suggested me to install HelloTalk. Am I? I think maybe. I usually HelloTalk. I might have mentioned it once or so, but I don't know. I've never made a video about it. And anyway, I made 2 Japanese friends, and one of them is a JLPT teacher in India. Oh, and he invited me to stay in his house when I'm going to write JLPT. Oh, super nice. Fantastic. You need more subscribers, it sounds. Yeah. And more viewers of the stream. But probably if it's like this, lacking, then everybody leaves. Tell your friends. Yes, everybody, please tell your friends. How long before moving to Japan do you recommend starting to learn the language? As soon as you, obviously, as soon as you are motivated enough, or if you have a purpose to learn the language, then learn it. And of course, it's better to learn it early because, you can integrate and actually start living the real life and not just having to ask somebody else to help you every time you do something. I guess my main focus would be photos, but I could certainly also shoot some videos. Okay. Then let's do that. Then not the M100, but what was it? 2000 something. Start learning the language before, recommends Daniel, and Wanikani for kanji, Genki for grammar. Yeah, that's kind of the standard. So I used HASIC. I think Wanikani wasn't out when I started. Maybe just, I don't know. I peeked into it once, but since I'm native German, there were some words I didn't know in English, and I was not there to learn English. So I stopped. But now I'm like, yeah. Then later I did the what was that, RRTK, recognition, remembering the kanji in English actually. So different games. Hello there. I'm doing well, and I hope you are too. Unfortunately, it's a little bit laggy today, as you can see, but I hope the audio is fine now. I have a HASIC book, but it doesn't tell you the on kunyomi reading. Yes, the second book does, but everybody says it's not good. I actually have it, not here though, in Germany. So I also don't use it. Yeah, that's true. So yeah, the approach is essentially divide and conquer, divide et impera. So essentially it's a super large task, so you break it down. And HASIC says break it down, and essentially you focus on recognizing kanji and having a keyword connected to it, and on the writing. And Wanikani says you recognize the kanji, and then you learn the reading, one reading and one word with the kanji inside, essentially. So it's different. It divides different. So that's what I want to say. Personally, many people say that then the writing is not as relevant anymore, which is totally true, obviously. You probably also don't write as much by hand anymore as you used to 20 years ago, if you did it back then. And same for me, obviously, but still, since I live in Japan, I have to write every now and then. And in hindsight, I wished I did the normal, remembering the kanji, not the recognition, and I would be able to, at least if I see a kanji, properly write it by stroke order and so on. So maybe I may go back and do it again. There's some online courses in Udemy. It's from a company called Attain Corporation, and it's so cheap, only $7. It's good for learning Japanese. All right. Attain Corporation. I don't write anything. My handwriting looks like... I see. Yeah, mine too. But, well, yeah, my wife always said that my Japanese writing looks like a first grader or elementary school kid, which it does, because I have about as much practice. But still, better than that, better like that than nothing. right? Now only 2 minutes left. In 2 minutes, I will stop the stream, reminder, and you will be redirected to the premiere of the next video. And I will be there too. Yeah, learning Japanese. Also, recently I stopped learning Japanese, unfortunately, so I still do I watch Japanese anime and all that. It's kind of immersion. But I'm not doing as much as I should and would love to do, so probably, hopefully, I can manage that. I can manage to bring that back to my routine. Yeah, so in 1 minute, I will stop the stream. So I will already say now, sorry for the inconveniences today and the issues we had with the laggy video and almost not working audio in the start. And I hope you will enjoy the video. It's very possible to live in Japan and not learn any Japanese. Absolutely possible. Obviously, I mean, yes. You can totally isolate, you have your own little English or whatever island or ecosystem even. And yeah. All right. So that's that. It's 45. So the new video will be premiering now. So I stop the stream. See you at the premiere. Thank you so much for being here. And a special thanks for Daniel again for the donation. So then, see you there.